Hello, everyone. This is KINOT speaker number 13. I realize that number 13 is towards the very tip end of our KINOT series for this year and hopefully forever. And therefore, I don't want to go in order, but rather skip ahead to the very last Kina that we said, dedicated to the memory of Lucy Maya and Rena D. The last kina that we say, and indeed even get up and sing, is Eli Tzion ve'areha kemo isha b'tzireha. Wail, Zion, and its cities, like a woman at childbirth. And it's very interesting to me that we stand up and we sing. For all the keynote, we sit down, we barely sing. Here and there's a tune, but a mournful one. And here we get up and we start singing it as if it's a marching tune. And many people actually like the tune. They look forward to it every year. And the question is, if we're saying, Wail Tzion and its cities, why is it that indeed we're singing and standing up? In my humble opinion, the reason is because of exactly the words we say at the beginning. Kemo isha b'tzireha. Rashi explains it's like a woman whose husband went to a far-off place, and she's what's called a aguna. We don't know where the husband is, with no instant communication and whatnot. But she's hopeful that he will come back. And thus says Rav Levi Yitzchak Mibarditchev, indeed, it's like a woman in childbirth. It's painful, and no man can ever understand what that means. But ultimately, the one thing I do know as a man is that pain is not forever. Eventually, that pain will abide and go by, and there'll be a wonderful baby born with a bris or a baby naming and a kiddush and everything else that comes together with a baby being born. From this perspective, that's why we stand up and sing. We, at this moment, if things don't change, are going to mourn and fast on Tisha B'Av. However, it's like Isha b'tzireha. It's like a woman at childbirth. Terrible labor pains, but eventually it will be over. Eventually, not Tisha B'Av will be over, but Tisha B'Av forever will no longer be a day of fasting, but it will be a day of feasting. It won't be a fast day, but rather a holiday. And that is ultimately why, at the end of the keynote, we don't end on the note of just wail, but rather we're wailing now, but it's like a woman at childbirth. It will eventually be over, and there will be a wonderful birth, a birth of the Jewish people, a birth of the land of Israel, a birth of Jerusalem, and a birth of a Beis HaMikdash. Wishing everyone an easy, yet meaningful, and most importantly, useful fast.